Hi, sturdy women. Welcome back. I hope you're having a good week. I hope you're feeling good in your body. I'm back from my trip. I'm home, but today I'm making my video from my bed because you know what? I'm exhausted. I wanted to make a video for you, but I have been back a couple days. Yes, I'm jet lagged, but I'm super fatigued. And today I want to talk about fatigue as a symptom of lipedema. I have another video kind of talking about common symptoms. I don't think I actually mentioned fatigue in that video, and it's honestly the symptom that I think really harmed my quality of life the most before my diagnosis. So I'm going to talk about that a little bit today, the connection between fatigue and lipedema, how many women report that they have fatigue together with their lipedema. Before I get into that though, I want to say a huge welcome to all of our new subscribers. We are so happy to have you in our community. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and click subscribe below and then click the little bell and you'll get a notification each time I post a new Sturdy Woman video. And then if today's information or anything else on the channel is helpful to you, please do like and share so that we can reach more women and give them hope and help on their journey. Okay, so like I said at the beginning, fatigue is the symptom that I think impacted me the most before my lipedema diagnosis. And because it had always been there, I didn't even know I was more tired than everyone else. When I finally went on keto and got my inflammation under control, my energy just started to go through the roof. My brain fog cleared, and I just thought, wow. I felt smarter, and I thought, is this how everyone else goes through the world? It's really interesting. I think a lot of times with lipedema, we talk about the unexplained weight gain. Some women have pain, other things like that. Well, fatigue is actually an extremely common symptom. The Lipedema Foundation First Look report from their registry. Remember, they have a registry where you can go and report your symptoms, contribute to this kind of growing body of knowledge. Well, the women who have reported for the Lipedema Foundation registry, 83% reported somewhat severe to very severe fatigue. So again, that's 83%. That is a huge percentage of women reporting fatigue along with their lipedema. And I think one really critical piece about this is that fatigue is an invisible symptom. Below I'll put a link to that Lipedema Foundation registry report, and then I'll also put a link to this other article that discusses fatigue as an invisible symptom. And of course, this is not just something that affects those of us with lipedema. Lots of people with chronic illness who have fatigue suffer from this as an invisible symptom. This is certainly something that I struggled with before and at the very beginning of my diagnosis. My ex did not believe that I was as tired as I was. We would fight all the time. I complained too much. I was always too tired. I didn't even realize I was saying all the time, I'm tired, I'm tired, I'm tired, until I stopped. Until I went on keto, I started to feel better, and that symptom started to get under control. Now, that is part of the reason that person is an ex, and so I do just want to say, if someone in your life is not believing you, that you do not feel good, is not supportive of your health, that's not something that you need in your life. So it is an invisible symptom. It can be difficult for people to understand the fatigue that we deal with, but the people who deserve to be in your life will understand and will support you. So I'm going to put, like I said, links to these articles below for you. So what is kind of the cause of this fatigue, right? You know, I'm not a doctor, but I was curious about this, and to me it seems kind of like a chicken and an egg thing, right? Does the lipedema cause the fatigue? It's really kind of a little, like everything with lipedema, it's a little more complicated than that, I think, right? So definitely inflammation can contribute to fatigue. So can poor lymph flow. So that's where I'm saying it's kind of a chicken and an egg thing. Well, that also makes your lipedema get worse, right? Inflammation contributes to lipedema getting worse. Poor lymph flow contributes to lipedema getting worse. But there's also kind of research suggesting that probably lipedema is hereditary. So, you know, does lipedema cause fatigue? I think fatigue is a symptom of lipedema. Lipedema kind of creates this perfect storm of symptoms that can give us this fatigue. That said, like I've been saying through this video, I did notice massive improvements in my fatigue when I started improving my lymph flow, when I started controlling my inflammation. One reason I'm probably feeling so fatigued this week, not just my 10-hour jet lag, but if you watched my video from last week, I was not able to maintain my keto lifestyle while I was on that work trip. So for the first time in 3 years, I was eating bread and rice and pasta, and it's just going to take time for all of that to work out of my system. I'm home now. I'm, you know, trying to get back on my regular eating schedule, but it's just going to take time for my body to move all of that yuck out. So does lipedema cause fatigue? Well, does it matter? I don't know. Certainly, fatigue is a really common symptom of lipedema. And I do want to... Okay, see? I'm having some of my brain fog. So, possible link to disruption. So, one reason that we could experience fatigue is, in addition to the inflammation, the immune system response, things like that, we can also have fatigue because of pain. So I'm lucky. I don't have a lot of pain, but some women with lipedema experience a lot of pain, and that can disrupt your sleep, which contributes to you being more tired. Also, I've noticed with my swelling and my inflammation up, I'm getting up and going to the bathroom a lot at night, because when I lay down, that swelling, that lymph has a better opportunity to drain, and I'm getting up more frequently at night. Well, of course, that also disturbs my sleep. So those are other things to keep in mind, other reasons that you might find yourself more tired than an average person who's also getting the same amount of sleep. The last thing I want to mention, and on my other video, Do I Have Lipedema, that had kind of listed some of the symptoms, a number of people wrote in the comments, this sounds really similar to fibromyalgia. And you might also be thinking, well, fatigue is a common symptom of fibromyalgia. Sure enough, it is. I'm going to put a link below to an article that Dr. Jamie Schwartz wrote, kind of talking about the differences between lipedema and fibromyalgia. There is a lot of overlap in the symptoms, though. And I do want to say, when I was at the Fat Disorders Resource Society conference in April, there was kind of chatter about fibromyalgia, and a number of the doctors saying that many people who had been diagnosed with fibromyalgia should be reevaluated for possibly having lipedema instead. Fibromyalgia is something that doctors are more familiar with often than lipedema, and so with so much overlap in symptoms, it's possible that people are being diagnosed with fibromyalgia just because doctors don't know about lipedema. So I'm gonna wrap it up because, like I said, it's Saturday night and I'm tired. But let me know in the comments, is fatigue something that you struggle with your lipedema? Have you found things that help improve your fatigue? You know, keto helps me. Controlling my inflammation and things like that seems to help my fatigue. Are there other things that you do that other people might benefit from? Go ahead and put that down in the comments, and let's do what we can to help each other out. For more about me and my journey, you can head over to sturdywoman.com. I would love to see you over there. Mwah. I'll see you next time.